One of the best things about having a hobby like magic is you get the opportunity to meet a lot of interesting people. About 3 years ago, I was invited to this annual get together in Dallas, Texas with some of the world's best magicians and then me. I always wonder what the heck I'm doing there. But my first year there, I met this really interesting couple, John and Brooke, and we discussed everything from life and art and movies and magic and science. And they mentioned that they worked on the practical effects for a movie called A Ghost Story. So after the event, I rented the movie and I watched it. A Ghost Story by David Lowery is an odd movie. On one level, the imagery is comical, it's simple, it's childish. Casey Affleck's character dies and comes back as a ghost, but he's wearing the sheet he was wearing at the hospital with little eyes cut out. It's simple. But on another level, it's hauntingly beautiful. A Ghost Story hit me in the gut. To me, it's this poem. The movie is in a poem about the ephemeral nature of love and life and time and death. It was about hanging on to things instead of being in the moment. I think the reason this movie had such a profound effect on me was because of my brother. My brother was my best friend, and when he was 15 years old, he was diagnosed with cancer, but he beat it. And the next few years, we were happy and everything was great. And then one day we got a call. The doctor said the cancer came back and there was nothing we could do. So I immediately packed up everything. I was living in Dallas and I moved back to Oklahoma. And the next 8 months, my brother and I spent so much time together. We watched movies, played games, we did everything we could. But then one day he was gone. There's this scene in A Ghost Story where Rooney Mara's character is eating a pie for 6 whole minutes. I've had discussions with people and they've told me that the scene seems pretentious or perhaps it's far too long, and I understand that. But as someone who's faced the grief of a loved one, of a best friend, I understood it. It perfectly illustrated the longing and lost and confusing feeling I was experiencing with the loss of my best friend, my brother. I believe A Ghost Story's point is simple. Embrace every single second. Don't get too hung up with the past or the future, because all we have is right now. I forget this a lot, but then I think back to this hauntingly beautiful image of the ghost in A Ghost Story. And it reminds me to make the most of every single moment. Make the most with my kids, make the most with my friends and family. Because all we ever have is right now. And it's important to embrace this moment to the best of our abilities.